Hi everyone, thank you for joining us again. We are in episode 2 of Business Migration with A.I.M.S. In our first episode, we shared the qualifying criteria in order to meet the requirements for business migration to Australia under the subclass 188A. I also mentioned that it is a provisional visa and you will need to meet very strict requirements in order to convert it to a permanent visa, which should be your goal if you were to embark on this program. So in this episode, we will be introducing the CEO of Ocean Food Group, Mr. Bryan Tan. Bryan has offered our clients very specially tailored business solutions to help them to meet all the requirements in order for our clients to attain their permanent residency. In this episode, Bryan will also be sharing the details on the business solution that he is offering and what Ocean Food Group can do for you to give you a peace of mind when you embark on your business migration plan. Let's go and meet the CEO of Ocean Food Group, Mr. Bryan Tan. Hi Bryan, thank you for joining us on our mini-series of Business Migration with A.I.M.S. Would you like to introduce yourself and also give us a bit of information on how your business solutions can tie in with the Australia Business Migration programs?
Yes, absolutely. So first of all, Adeline, thank you very much and thank you to A.I.M.S. for having me here today. Also, thank you to our viewers for taking time off your schedules to really attend this series with us. So Adeline, my name is Bryan. I'm the CEO of Ocean Food Group. And what exactly we do, okay, we are essentially a company that provides business solutions specific to the food industry. And in this case, how it actually ties in, okay, with business migration is that, as you mentioned in your previous episode, some of the criteria that potential business migrants have to fulfill is setting up a business in Australia,
yes,
as well as achieving, a certain amount of revenue, hiring staff,
yes, that's right, yeah.
So where we come in this sense is that we actually help your business migrants to set up a business. Okay. So what happens is that when it comes to things like the legal structure, the administrative duties, hiring, training staff, this is where we provide assistance to your business migrants. And more importantly, as you have mentioned in your previous episode, there is a certain amount of revenue, correct, that this business has to generate. Right. And where Ocean Food Group comes in, or rather what really sets us apart in this business solution industry is that we have what we call a revenue guidance. Okay, so we understand, depending on which state these migrants wish to go to, there are different revenue requirements.
Yes.
And as I mentioned, we will sit down regularly to review currently how their business is performing, and where intervention is needed for our company to assist with the revenue, okay, we will actually help to do so.
Right, I see, okay.
Yeah. So in this case, we actually specialize in the lobster roll business, okay? And there is a, although lobsters, they are delicious, but there is a very strategic reason why we have decided to do this concept in Australia. Okay, and the main reason is because if we look at the origins of lobster, okay, they're usually either from Canada. Okay, those are your very typical Boston lobsters, very recognizable with the claws. But not so common, okay, are what we call the rock lobsters that originate from Australia. Now, these rock lobsters, right, they don't have a claw, so that's the main difference. Okay, but equally as delicious, okay, trust me on that. Okay, and in Australia, because these lobsters originate, from both Perth as well as Adelaide, our procurement costs, in terms of the lobster costs, freight costs, all of these costs are kept to a minimum in Australia. So if we look at one very essential cost in food business, and that is the food itself. In Australia, due to our proximity, to the sources of our ingredients, these food costs is kept to a very bare minimum in Australia. Yeah. Yes, Adeline, absolutely. So in this case, what we really pride our business on, as with every successful business model out there, is scalability. So we want to be able to really scale up our production, keep the same quality, and we want to do it very easily. Okay, and to actually prove to our any future business migrants out there how we achieve this, okay, what we do is that we actually provide food tastings, okay, at the various A.I.M.S offices. So in this case, instead of you having to come to the restaurant, we bring the restaurant to you.
Right.
okay?
Right,
And we actually serve you the very same food that we would serve in our restaurant, and we are able to do it, in any country. And to be honest, I believe in the next episode, okay, we will actually have one of our executive chefs on the episode to actually do a very quick demonstration, okay, on how we prepare the food and how is it we are able to really, with this small, with this small setup, bring the concept all over Asia to share with people what they would actually taste if they were to visit us in Australia.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Right. So I will wrap up this episode, and you must be very excited to watch our next episode because you are going to see the chef in action, showing you how these lobster rolls are going to be made. While you cannot taste them, you will have an equally good time just having a look at how the whole entire process goes. Thank you once again for joining us, and we look forward to the next episode with you. Don't forget to connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and check out our website, or leave us an inquiry if you have some questions or if you think you are eligible for this immigration program.